Thank you.
Okay. A Star is Born, Lady Gaga, last scene of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Big spoiler alert. Turn this off, watch the movie, then come back to this. This is a really sad scene.
Yes, it is.
And the movie brought up a very important sort of thing to discuss. As a psychiatrist, as I watch him kill himself, it's really hard. It is nightmarish. And it's nightmarish because I know he would never have done that if drugs weren't on board. And who knows, he was completely sober and then he takes the first drug. Sometimes that hits you so much stronger than when you've been on it for months, right? Because that first dose is like really, like, it's like you're resensitized to it, And, there was a statistic like 50% of physicians who killed themselves, like, were under the influence of some type. So, I mean, this is a big issue. Most people who kill themselves are drinking or using drugs of some type. Mm. And so coming into this last scene, this is kind of like her in her fullness of her being and her sorrow and her agony. And it's also who she really is. So her hair color's back. Her clothes are more fitting of who she is as a person. Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts?
I was just going to ask, do you think the reason why people are under the influence when they do end up committing suicide, do you think that tends to be because, I mean, that's a big step to take. I mean, I don't know if you need to be under the influence of something to actually be able to commit that act. Do you think that's why a lot of people tend to be?
I think because it acutely depresses you and it disinhibits you. So there's a lot of people who are suicidal who will not commit suicide because they're sober. Mm-hmm. But then you put on alcohol, that brings down your inhibitions. You put on some other drug, that's an upper maybe, and that, can worsen your impulsiveness. Mm-hmm. So, people do all sorts of crazy stuff on drugs, and it's not your brain. It's not your brain. So, okay, let's watch.
Wish I could have said goodbye. I would have said what I wanted to. Maybe even cried for you.
So this is a song that Bradley Cooper wrote when he was deeply in love with her. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yes.
So I think it's but it also kind of fits that he's gone now.
Yeah.
That's sad. That's really sad.
If I knew it would be the last time, I would have broke my heart in two, trying to save a part of you. Don't wanna feel another touch, don't wanna start another fire, don't wanna know another kiss, no other name falling off my lips, don't wanna give my heart away to another stranger, or let another day begin. Won't even let the sunlight in. No, I'll never love again. I'll never love again. Ooh.
Oh, it's so intense because it really like amplifies like his love for her, and now her singing the same song about him. It's like there's no one else that I want to embrace. There's no one else I want to kiss. There's no one else I want to think about. It's it's really sad.
It is.
It's really sad.
It is really sad.
It's really sad because with the suicide, like you just want them to be with each other forever.
Yeah.
Like that's how I wanted this story to end.
Right.
Yeah. And yeah. Did you cry when you were watching?
For the first time, yeah. Oh, absolutely. And I tear up every single time I watch this part. It's really it's hard to watch. Yeah.
There's something in us that wants permanence, that wants that beauty, that wants the glory of that connection, and for that connection to continue. There really is.
When we first met, I never thought that I would fall. I never thought that I'd find myself lying in your arms. And I want to pretend that it's not true. Oh, baby, that you're gone. 'Cause my world keeps turning and turning and turning. And I'm not moving on. Don't want to feel another touch. Don't want to start another fire. Don't want to know another kiss.
There's definitely expressions of anger on her face here, and rightfully so. There's a thwartedness that she feels. So anger is sometimes like there's a goal of her to not have to be without him. And one of the toughest things about suicide is that there's like no going back. And I always tell patients like, hey, if you kill yourself, your parents will never get over it. And one of the beliefs that depression confuses people about is that they'll be better off without me. And you could kind of feel that from Bradley Cooper towards the end.
Yeah.
Like, I'm doing this for her. She would be better off without me.
Absolutely.
And that is a complete lie.
Like, he's taking down her career, and it's, the agent even says that it's an embarrassment for them to be married to each other, and that he's dragging her career down the drain because they are together.
That agent is so easy to hate.
Yeah, he really is.
Like,
he really is.
I do not like anything about that prick.
No, not at all. He did. Yeah.
Oh. So, first of all, I can't get over how an amazing singer she is. She's so good. She's expressing pain. So there's expressions of pain in the midst of it, and anger. So there's pain, anger, painting. It's the pain. It's like so palpable. Mm-hmm. It's like it's such good acting, and
I can feel it in my chest. I want to weep and mourn with her because I also feel the pain of his death. Yeah. I want him to be alive too.
Yeah,
right.
And emotion, the tone of the voice, the singing. Mm-hmm. It's like there's so much that she puts into this to embody how it would actually feel. Oh.
Don't wanna feel another touch. Don't wanna start begin. Won't let the sunlight in.
Oh, her looks are just, her look to him in this moment right here is just like, this is the man I love.
Yeah.
This is the man that I fell in love with. Like, and like seeing him get sober was like, just, I was so happy.
Yeah.
Seeing him go through detox. I wanted him to stay sober for the rest of the movie. I really did.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, I'll never love again. Never love again. Never love again. Oh, I'll never love again.
Oh, it was like she was feeling that moment, you know, when he's, and in that connection, and then she comes back to reality. And if you look, it's like she's a little bit dissociative, like she's a little bit defocused. And that's that sort of, you know, part of grief, anger, sadness, dissociation. So there it is, all there. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Well, really, really, really powerful.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we know it's acting, but it still like pulls us in
Yeah.
because it's real. I think she's actually evoking the emotion to do this. Like she's feeling it. So I'm feeling it.
Yeah.
That's mirror neurons. My mirror neurons are mirroring Lady Gaga's mirror neurons. And I'm feeling it. And it's tragic, but beautiful.